Class, settle down now. Settle down. I said settle down. Rascals, I swear. Now then, today's lesson will involve IVs and EVs, as well as the various natures that give a Pokemon its strengths. This is a very, very complicated topic, so try to be patient, my tacticians, and pay attention. Yes, pay attention. Now, let's begin our lesson. Now, as I said, IVs and EVs and natures, they're all a very complicated topic, so make sure to take notes and be sure to keep track of everything as I go along, but trust me, I will do all I can to make it very, very simple. Yes, very, very simple. First up, what are IVs and what makes them important? Well, for starters, IVs are known as individual values, and the best way to describe them would be hidden points that add onto a Pokemon's stats with each level they gain. At level 100, they add a total of 31 points to a Pokemon's base stat, and at level 50, the most common battling level, they add up to 15. Now, you may be asking yourself, but Impy, what makes them so special? Well, for starters, you can't change IVs at all. Nope. Once a Pokemon is born or caught, whatever IVs it has, it is stuck with them. Unless, of course, you reach level 100 and bottle-cap them, but that's a topic for another day. This is why perfect 31 IV Pokemon are so sought after. 31 is the maximum number of IVs in any stat a Pokemon can have, woohoo! With the lowest being 0. At the same time though, not having perfect IVs of Pokemon are also unique is because there are various conditions needed for hidden power, and the IVs determine what hidden power a Pokemon will have. Yes, now that is what makes IVs important. Wasn't that very simple? Very, very simple. And now then, moving on to EVs. EVs, and I'm not talking about that cute little fluff ball that changes into 8 different evolutions. No, I'm talking about effort values. Effort values, or EVs for short, are more flexible but no less hidden stats a Pokemon has, and they determine what training a Pokemon has. Now, it should be noted that EVs, unlike IVs, are not permanent. You can change them at any time with the use of berries, but what EVs do is give a Pokemon even more stats into a particular stat. You have a maximum of 252 EVs you can give a single stat, and an overall total of 510 EVs for any single Pokemon. This means that if you poured everything into one stat and then repeated the process, you could max out a total of 2 stats of a Pokemon and have about 6 EVs left over to put into another stat. That's very good for swimmers, by the way. Keep that in mind, my tacticians. It's very, very simple. In any case, your EVs will increase your stat by a total of 1 point per 4 EVs at level 100. So at level 50, where most battles happen, as always, for every 8 EVs you have in a stat, it will increase by 1 point. So if we do the math, that means if we max out our EVs in any one stat, then at level 50, we'll increase our stats total by about 31 points. So, combining both EVs and IVs, if we max out a stat, we'll have increased our stats total by about, combining the two, we'll have about 46 or 47 points. Every point counts when you want to outspeed or outdamage an opponent. Very, very simple. Keep that in mind, my tacticians. Now, before we leave the subject of IVs and EVs, it should be noted that even though I say perfect 31 IVs are very desired, sometimes having 0 IVs is also desirable. Woohoo! Let's take Confusion for example. Normally, if we hit ourselves in Confusion, we take about the same amount of damage we would take as if we took a 40 base power attack that is neither not very effective or super effective, using our attack stat to decide the overall damage. So this is very beneficial to special attacking Pokemon, as since they don't use their physical attack stat, a 0 attack IV and no EV invested into their attack stat means that they will take far less damage than a purely physical attacking Pokemon if it is confused and hits itself. And now then, moving on to natures. There are 25 natures a Pokemon can have, with 5 of them being neutral natures, meaning they do not affect a Pokemon's stats in any way. For the remaining 20 natures, each nature will increase a stat by 10% while reducing another by 10%. This means that depending on what role your Pokemon is going to have, be it a sweeper or wall or something else entirely, there is a nature which will help you maximize your potential. This is why Jolly Nature and Timid Nature Pokemon are so common, very very common. They increase the speed stat while reducing either the special attack or physical attack stat. Likewise, you can go for Adamant or Modest Nature if you're looking to deal as much damage as possible, as those two stats increase the offensive stat while decreasing the unneeded stat. It's best to go for a nature that increases what you'll be using most and decreases what you aren't going to use at all or will be using the very least. To pull an example and demonstrate just how important nature's IVs and EVs are when they all line up, a relaxed-natured Porygon 2 with maximum defense and HP EVs with perfect EVs in both categories, while holding the EV Light item, can barely withstand an adamant-natured max attack EV 31 IV'd Pheromosa's Phytium Z move, All Out Pummeling, which uses High Jump Kick as its move to boost. Now, wasn't that very simple? Yes, it was very very simple. Remember class, your IVs and EVs are very important, as well as selecting the right nature for your Pokemon. Pick those wisely and you will go far right from the beginning. Now, remember class, take care of yourselves and always keep in mind how many IVs and EVs you have and try to